Assalamualaikum and hello. Before we entering our data into the SPSS, we need to identify the variable inside the SPSS, such as first naming a variable that we must begin with characters, no space, no special character, no symbol except underscore that must put in the middle and also are not case sensitive. Second, variable types such as date, currency, or string. Third, variable labels, uh, which are when, for example, in naming we put H2O, then in the label we can full description it with water. For value labels, uh, it, it is numeric codes, for example, 1 for female, 2 for male. For missing values is data values that are known or not applicable, which means, for example, 1 for female, 2 for male, but for uh, for bisexual is unknown. Such we can give an example like that. For number 6, column format is the width of each column in the data view spreadsheet. Lastly, measurement level is the level of measurement for the variable, example, nominal, ordinal, or scale. Based on the question given, the test that I choose are correlation because the question wants to know about the relationship between the sweetness index and a chemical measure such as the amount of water-soluble pectin in the orange juice. After we define our variable, we can start entering our data based on the question given. After we define our variable, we can start entering our data based on the question given. After we define our variable, we can start entering our data based on the question given. After we define our variable, we can start entering our data based on the question given. After we define our variable, we can start entering our data based on the question given. After we define our variable, we can start entering our data based on the question given. After we define our variable, we can start entering our data. Next, we can analyze our data by click on the Analyze and click Correlation, then choose by period, then click the variables that we want to analyze, which are sweetness index and pectin. For the option, we can choose whether we want to see mean and standard deviation, but for me, I click on it and then click Continue. For the correlation coefficient, I choose Pearson because the data is normal. For the test of significance, I choose 2-tailed. For making the scatter plot, first we need to click Graph and click Scatter or Dot and choose Simple Scatter. For the y-axis is the sweetness index because it is a dependent variable. For the x-axis is the pectin because it is the independent variable. And next, can click OK. By looking on the output data, we can conclude that the relationship between sweetness index and pectin are moderate and low negative correlation, which is negative 0.478. There is a significant difference, which is the p-value was 0.018, which is less than 0.05. The trend line for this scatter plot are moderate or low negative correlation. It is a negative because as the number of pectin increases, the sweetness index decreases. It is a moderate correlation because the data points are almost closely